arresting agencies. So in summary, what that means is when the funding goes down below 35 million, counties can charge to their local arresting agencies, to the cities, booking fees. By ordinance, Mendocino County has the authority, the sheriff has the authority to charge these booking fees to the various agencies when this revenue goes below 35 million.
Jennifer, question.
Who has the authority of doing that? The Board of Supervisors or the sheriff?
You have given the authority to the sheriff by way of this government code section and the ordinance 3849.
I'd like to remind this board, back in 1995, there was this audit done on the sheriff's department. The county spent $100,000 to do the audit. And one of the things that the audit brought out is that the counties have the ability to charge the booking fees. Shortly after there, the county did impose the booking fees, and it had two effects. One, it probably reduced the people that didn't really need to be hauled to jail. Jail didn't come, so it saved money in the jail, and it also brought some revenue in since there was a court. Anyways, now we're back to where we can get these booking fees. So, but you're saying it's the full authority of the sheriff to do this or not to do that?
Yes.
Not the Board of Supervisors?
Well, the Board of Supervisors gave that authority to the sheriff to charge booking fees to the arresting agencies.
When did we do that?
I don't have that
Because
ordinance in front of me.
I remember it
It was
come before the Board
many
of
years ago.
Supervisors. Well, it's been since 1995, because when I was on the board, we set the booking fees for the cities.
Yeah, it's in the ordinance.
So maybe somebody could research that and see who actually has the authority to do it, to set the fees, and whether it's the sheriff or the Board of Supervisors.
Well, it's within the sheriff's discretion. We don't need to research that, but the law allows him to do it. And I think they've been reviewing this issue over there. I know that they've been working with Doug on a booking fee issue with the city, so I can find that out and report back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay. This year, if the board recalls, the Indian Gaming Special Distribution Fund was not budgeted in last year's budget. This year, there includes $30 million disbursements from the SDF to local governments for mitigation of gaming to communities. In addition to that, the new legislation includes policy changes that have been included with a sunset extension of this program until 2010. The impact to Mendocino County is approximately $280,000, with priorities to previously earmarked grant recipients awarded multi-year funding for fiscal year 2006-07. I'm currently in the process of gathering this information and setting up those meetings to process these grant applications. The Williamson Act has been reduced, and as it was anticipated in the proposed budget, by 10%. And the impact to Mendocino County is $60,000 and was budgeted for in Budget Unit 1000, anticipation of this. Also, the state anticipates the reduction for future fiscal years to continue on with this reduction for 10%. And the state controller has changed the payment schedule to make payments on or before June 30th, but no later than April 20th of each year.
Supervisor Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Jennifer, this the Williamson Act 10% reduction, how is it budgeted? In other words, the impact is a reduction in revenue to Mendocino of $60,000. So when you say it's budgeted, where did that $60,000 come from?
In our discretionary, when we do our projections going forward during the budget process, we as we go through our budget process, when we do our May revise and we look at our January, when this was initially proposed, we reduced that amount of projected revenue in Budget Unit 1000, which is our discretionary revenue, by $60,000, and have maintained that projection and knowing that this was probably going to happen. So there is no additional action to be taken.
Okay, thank you.
Jennifer, one additional question. AB 1389 maintains a 10% reduction for subsequent fiscal years. Is this a planned phase out?
Yes, it is.
Williamson Act in totality?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great.
Okay, turning to our community resources and infrastructure. As I stated before at the very beginning, Prop 42 per Prop 1A includes full funding, the full transfer of the sales tax on gas for transportation programs. This is the first year that counties are receiving their full Prop 42 allocations, and in anticipation of this during the proposed budget, our DOT director did budget for this and stated in the budget of approximately, he actually budgeted $3 million, but it's $1.9 million in budget unit 3010 and was budgeted. Prop 1B, this budget did include $63 million for counties for local roads and high priority projects. The impact to Mendocino County is approximately $2.6 million already received, and it was budgeted. In addition to that, $400,000 in funds will be given to Mendocino County for 2008-09, and was also included in Budget 3010. Because the Prop 42 funding was already budgeted at $3 million, there is no action to be taken on a accounting level to go back in and add this $400,000. However, our DOT director and his director